Job chapter 27 now, as we get into this continuation of Job responding to Bildad. So let's just jump in and get started with this. Verse 1, Moreover, Job continued his parable and said, As God liveth, who hath taken away my judgment? And the Almighty, who hath vexed my soul? All the while my breath is in me, and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils. My lips shall not speak wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceit. God forbid that I should justify you. Till I die, I will not remove mine integrity from me. My righteousness I hold fast, and will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live. Let mine enemy be as the wicked, and he that riseth up against me as the unrighteous. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he hath gained when God taketh away his soul? Will God hear his cry when trouble cometh upon him? Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon God? I will teach you by the hand of God, and that which is with the Almighty I will not conceal. So just pause right here for a second. This is Job continuing again. Job's basically reproving Bildad in the last chapter because he was more judgmental and not using as much empathy or mercy in working with people. And so Job is continuing this idea out, basically saying, I don't think I've done anything wrong. I've done the best I can to live the gospel. There's other reasons why I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing in my life, basically. And so now he's saying that I'm going to explain to you and help you understand the principles, the ideas of God that I understand, so that you can understand them as well. I'm not trying to hide things from you. So let's see, verse 12. Behold, all ye yourselves have seen it. Why then are ye thus altogether vain? This is the portion of a wicked man with God, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If this children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. He buildeth his house as a moth, and as a booth that the keeper maketh. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. Terrors take hold on him as waters, and tempest stealeth him away in the night. The east wind carrieth him away, and he departeth, and as a storm hurleth him out of his place. For God shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him, and shall hiss him out of his place. Now, lots of symbolism, lots of things that Job is bringing up in this chapter. I think sometimes we get lost in some of this in thinking, what does this mean? Like in verse 18, he buildeth his house as a moth, and as a booth that the keeper maketh. What Job is really getting at in here, and if you have another understanding of this chapter, I'd love to hear it in the comments. It's really getting into this idea that, God takes care of the righteous. He does help them out, and he does punish the wicked. But it's through God's time. It's through God's ways of doing things. He is in control of what's going on. The wicked will be afraid of God, and they will not like God's ways and how God does things, basically. Like it says that if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. As a wicked person grows their life, they are laying the groundwork for a problem when they meet God, basically. Not that again, it's his Job's friends keep thinking that wickedness is punished immediately. Justice is meted out swiftly, and so we easily tell who's righteous, who's wicked. Those that are prosperous are righteous, those that are not prosperous are wicked. And Job's saying, no, that's not true. That's not the way it is. That sometimes wicked prosper, sometimes the righteous suffer. But God has it all in his hands. He is controlling it all. He is taking care of it all. And he will mete things out appropriately. He will handle the judgments and make sure everything gets righted, the wrongs are righted, and things like that, basically, is what he's getting at. So let's jump over to the next chapter as we continue to learn more about Job and his life.